Okay, I'm going to be making char cloth today, and I've got my material inside this tin that I've cleaned out. Just cotton strips, and it's going to be for a new toy that I just got, so I'll be doing a video on that. Okay, so, and I'm going to be using my pocket rocket stove. So let me light this up. And I've got my temperature gauge out here. I want to keep an eye on the temperature because I know this thing is going to put out a lot more heat than what I usually use, which is an alcohol stove. This is sealed up nice. Put it up there. Turn this down a little bit. As low as it will go. And of course the smoke is just from it smoldering, which when it gets the right temperature it will light. Okay. I'm going to be fighting the wind also. I'm trying to keep this as low as possible. Right now the tin is showing 250, but I'm putting out about 600 right where the flame is. 650. Tin's about 200. So ideally you want to heat it up so that it smolders, you know, it's not getting enough oxygen, so it's not going to burn. Let's see what we got. About 250 on the container now. There was either a toss-up between this or one of my new alcohol stoves that I got, and I decided that I wanted to use this because I've never tried it. I thought it'd be more of a challenge. I'm just trying to get it so that I have a solid plume of smoke coming off the top, because that's generally what I'm looking for. Yeah, that's too much. It's coming out the side. You don't have to light it's like the gas that comes off, but it's usually a pretty good indicator when it's done for me. Is when it no longer puts out any smoke. And then you let it cool in the container, so that because if you open it up, the container, then oxygen will get in there and it will go from smoldering to you basically being fuel. So the oxygen will get in there and it will flare up. There is an ideal temperature for when this gas will ignite. And now the temperature of the container is about 300, and it's about, stove is about 800. And when you make this, you want to make certain that you lay out all the cotton. This is a cotton t-shirt. You want to lay all the cotton pieces out, make sure they're cut even, and then lay them out so that they all get even amount of heat. Yeah, it's not lighting. Anyways, I think I'll turn the camera off and we'll come back after it cools, and I'll show you what it made. But that's making char cloth with the pocket rocket stove and just the old tin that I found. Okay, we're back. It's been running for about a little over 10 minutes. Not so much, not too much longer than that. And it's slowed down a lot. There's a lot less smoke coming out. I'm gonna let it go for another minute or so, and then I'm gonna turn this off, and then we'll come back and we'll look at the contents after it cools. Like I said, you don't want it to get any oxygen while it's warm like that, because there's a chance that it might go up, and then when it goes up, then there's no longer char cloth. So but this stove is on the lowest I can get it to go. The stove is putting out about 900 degrees, 967, and the container is about 300 on the bottom almost, and top 224. So it just shows where the temperatures are at. I think we'll take it off now. Like I said, if there's some areas that aren't 100% charred, you can just throw them away. It's not going to be perfect, but you do want to make sure that the bulk of what you're doing is, char cloth and not, partially charred. You'll see that it'll be brown more than it is black. This is a 100% cotton t-shirt. That's what I'm using. Cut it up in strips. and so you'll see if there's some that aren't, they'll be more brown, or they'll be partially black in areas that are brown. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and turn this off, and we'll let that cool and we'll come back. Okay, we're back. I let it cool, and I spared you the it's very difficult to get this from here to here off, because as you can see, this stuff that came off of it is like the byproduct, but it seals all the way around, so I spared you trying to take it off. It took a while, but you can see what's left from the combustion process. All this is like basically what this stuff is. I forgot to mention also there's a hole up here, and that hole is just to let the smoke out and all the residual byproducts and stuff. And of course, here's the char cloth. Like I was saying, here's a piece that's not 100%, but all this char cloth is what I made. I just went through and layered it, took a piece all the way around, overlapping it all the way around like this, and then it pretty much fills up to the, instead of it just being one big chunk sitting in the middle. So here's another piece that didn't, it's not going to make it. Some of it can be used like this right here, but this piece, so that's to be expected. So that's char cloth, and this is for an upcoming video that I'm going to do. And yeah, that's pretty much how to make char cloth. It's pretty easy. You don't want to be breathing any of the fumes that come off of it. It's pretty nasty, but you can see all this. What happens is it comes up, it hits the container, and it rolls off onto the side, and sometimes it leaks out, and that's how it got there. All this is where it was sticking, so I broke it free. It's like a glue almost. Some areas more than others. Where it did it the most is where the seam is, because there's a natural area where it's not, where it doesn't sit tight right there. There's a little bit of a gap. So, alright, I'll catch you on the next one.